My favorite tracks? Biekerniki for sure, Płock, and the last one will be Long Beach. Definitely don't forget about that.
One is of course where we are, Riga, Biekerniki, probably Płock in Poland. I have a lot of history there, so I like that one for sure. And of course Mondello Park in Ireland also has been a good track from where I started, so yeah, they would be my three favourite.
My favourite tracks in the world for drifting, I would say here in Riga is definitely one of them. We've been coming here since 2014 and have had a lot of success here in the past. So I absolutely love this place. And where else? I would say Long Beach in the US, Mondello Park in Ireland, and if I was to pick one in Russia, so far probably Igora Drive, because we're initiating at 115 miles per hour and it's crazy fast there.
It's good questions. My favorite track, I think it's Riga Baby, and it's Baltic States, Estonia, Latvia Park.
My favorite drift tracks in the world are Riga, Irwindale and Ibisu.
The most favorite is the Torun in Poland. Also the Płock is really nice in Poland. Ireland, Mondello, that's crazy track also. Riga, not really, but it's cool.
I think Mondello Park, Biekerniki, and maybe Atron in Ryazan in Russia.
The Hockenheim Ring, it's basically our home track. It's the Nürburgring. I've been driving a lot there. And then there are many tracks that I really like. So Ceres in Greece was really fast. This was the fastest I've been driving. Riga definitely, but it's so tricky in the wet. I don't like it in the wet. In the dry it's awesome. Mondello, Ireland, dry and wet was awesome there.
Definitely number one is Riga. I come here every year and it's never ceases to surprise and amaze me how good this place is. Second is, it's a hard one. We did a track in Estonia. It was like Latvia Rally Park many years ago. That was super cool track, and I'm a big fan of a street circuit. We once did a street circuit in Kaunas in Lithuania. So actually with a street circuit coming up in Georgia in the next month, I'm really looking forward to getting onto a street circuit and showing what the street style Driftworks R32 can do.
Actually my favorite is not here. My favorite it's Toge, on downhill Toge. You know, with a lot of trees, falls, rocks. It's beautiful, and there is different elevation. It's very bendy, very technical. This is my favorite kind of layout, kind of track.
Actually, yeah, one of the best truck I think is the Riga Baby truck. I like a lot of this truck. First time I try drifting this truck maybe 2012. With my first A46 the BMW, and yeah, it's dangerous truck. Without the problem, many drivers can drive here, but I like, and we come back here to do some good.
Definitely here Biekerniki because it's fast, it's tricky, and the second one, I'm not sure. I really want to go to Poland. I think it's called Płock.
Favorite drift track is Riga because I think it's the most complicated drift track for me. I already posted on my social media yesterday that I had like a huge history of fails and podiums and fails here. For me, it's maybe the most complicated, and the most complicated track makes maybe the most interesting track for me. So that's definitely one of my favorite tracks for me.
Maybe a few more?
I really like some, old racing motorsport venues like this one, like Chaika in Kiev, definitely. They're pretty much the same tracks because they were built in 1960s. I really enjoy Maria Poch in Hungary because the night atmosphere there is really crazy and you drive like a gladiator arena there in front of the crowd. Something really special for me was Wembley in London. It was a very cool location where we just were accelerating like kind of from the parking lot and then entering like this big square surface, big track. and it was really, spectacular. So I think this is it.
Riga is one of my favorite tracks. I stand on the podium here 2 times. I was here 4 times. So it's good points, 50-50. I hope this day will be 3 for me and 2 for Riga.
Maybe other tracks too, other funny tracks too.
I don't know, I like big and fast tracks and small also, because on the small we have big contacts with each other, with other drivers. But the fast tracks I think I like the most because it's much dangerous. We have got too much adrenaline with us, and I like that. The smoke is big there and speed.
Yeah, but Riga, Pikernik. Nürburgring.
Oh, only three cars to my favorite garage. That's impossible. I will never be able to. 5. Oh, there was definitely a spot for 911. Some maybe Caterham, something really light and nimble. And if something else, oh, so hard. Something screamy. Maybe some V12. Oh, this Gordon Murray T50. This is savage. This will be my dream garage probably.
I think one would be a Toyota Supra drift car. I like that car. Also, I would like a Eurofighter just to have parked there. And of course, a GT86. Why not?
1, a 964 Porsche. Maybe an E30 M3 because they're just really cool. And the ultimate dream car, I think loads of people love this, and I just think they're really cool from back in the day, is Ferrari F40. I think they're just incredible. Raw cars from back in the early days.
It's a little bit stupid questions. I think it's BMW E92 Eurofighter, maybe BMW F2, yeah, Eurofighter, and I don't know. It's a DIN car.
Okay, my dream garage would be a Ralph Welch Porsche, my Drift Corvette, and a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ.
Dream garage. Okay, so it would be a Nissan R35 GTR. That's the first car. That's my dream car. I want this car in the future. The second car would be some kind of Japan car, so probably like JDM. You know what I mean? Some stance thing, and just for casually driving in the city, you know what I mean, the town. So probably maybe some Silvia, Nissan Silvia, this kind of car. And the third car, GT86, right? Just the normal one, yeah.
I would think 186, E86, and maybe a street-going GT86.
3 cars to my dream garage. This is an E30 with an LS engine, a wild body kit on, and actually this is the one that I was driving before we had those new ones. So these ones as well. This is amazing cars. This is amazing technology, and for the first time, me as a driver gets really to know the cars and had a really good practice session behind me. So I'm starting to like them more and more. And the last one is a good question. Oh, a JCX 100, a chaser. I always like to have one. I never had one, so let's see. That's a 3-1.
Obviously, it'd have to be an R32 Skyline. Second would be an R33 Skyline because that's where I began. And I'm really looking into newer cars now, and I really like the Alfa Romeo Quadruple. But they're all drift cars. I mean, we could talk hours about road cars and different cars. You know, I'm not just into drifting. So it's too broad a question to ask, really.
3 cars. 3 is not enough, but for sure in the 3 cars there is 1 drift car, for sure. I think a Corvette C6 ZR1 for drifting, a Corvette C6 ZR1 for endurance, you know, for time attack, and a Corvette C6 ZR1 stock to to daily drive. This is my free dream car.
I'm very waiting the new BMW Z Coupe. It's actually the same like Supra, the Supra. Supra is the BMW approximately, but I hear from some people the BMW want to make the BMW Coupe. I don't want to buy Toyota. I like very much like the BMW, and first the car was the new BMW. If it's not possible to buy the Supra, I want to build a new one facelift, actually A92 drift the car, and maybe good small drift car like BMW. They can be like A46 for the training. I don't like a lot of new car, expensive car. I'm like very technical cars.
Yeah, so definitely something from Japanese, maybe JDM, some Skyline, some S15, maybe some German cars, some BMWs or Mercedeses.
For the time being, definitely the S chassis. I will name it like this because they're pretty much the same, all of them. So all three of them. Then I have some ideas about the BMW i8. Yes, because it looks cool. It has a carbon monocoque, and I think it will perform very wonderful in drifting. But unfortunately, drifting is a contact sport, and it will be destroyed pretty fast, and that's gonna be expensive. But from technical part of the side, definitely i8 I think is the best one we have for now. And maybe, I'm not sure, like I like how the new Supra is looking, but still I think it's a bit heavy. New Bimmers look cool, but they're very heavy, so they're not as a discussion for me. And I'm, waiting for something special to arrive. Maybe the new Corvette is doing good, maybe, but because it's pretty light.
M2, M3 and M5.
BMW, M3, M4, Lamborghini Huracan.
I wouldn't change anything, I think. Yeah, I'm happy where I am. I'm super happy where I am. I have my son with me here, and I'm taking part in one of the best shows on the planet that I know. I don't want to be anywhere else.
I don't know. This one I can't answer.
If I was to change anything in the past, to be honest, I wouldn't change much because I've been very fortunate to have a great career so far. I've had great opportunities since I started competing. And of course, there's always small little details that you would change when it goes on, but when I think right now, there's really little that I would change. Maybe I would do some more physical exercise when I was a kid, so now that I'm a bit older, I have the energy levels that I used to have when I was a kid, so that's probably the one thing I would change if I could.
I think so. I'm nothing changing.
Oh, go back in time to change something. I would have put on more bug spray yesterday.
I don't know, to be honest. I never think in this way, like, that I could change something. I just live day by day and have a good time living. I'm not regretting anything, so no, I don't have any type of things.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with how my life turned out at the moment, so I wouldn't change much. I'd maybe just start winning a lot sooner than I did.
It's a good question. It's a really good question. Probably, maybe. Nah, I don't know. I really don't know what I would change. Maybe the many weather changes here in Riga I would change so that everything would have stayed dry here.
I wouldn't change a thing because I don't have any regrets. I've been doing drifting now just over 10 years and it has been the best time of my life. I've met the partner of my dreams, Tessa, and I'm just living the best life.
I would kill the idea of TV and kill the idea about enslaving people with it. So giving more knowledge to people, to have more freedom, and letting more passionate people and and talented people to do what they want to do.
I want to start a little bit early drifting, like Zalewski, like some people from Irish. I'm starting drift maybe in 2009 approximately. Now is the 11th year for total drift, and if I make this more early, maybe I will be not 3-time the Lithuanian drift champion, maybe 5-time or 6-time. Actually, everything is good. I like everything. I like my life, and I don't want to change nothing.
Right. Don't know.
Is there a possibility to increase the lifetime, like X2? This is it. I'm pretty happy with all the things I do, all the things I've done, and everything we do is an experience, and this is the most valuable thing. We have to value every moment of our life.
And I don't want to change anything from the past. I am happy that I have family and that I can drifting. I have a good job, so everything is okay.